Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's Mo from Mo Reads It, and today we're doing my January TBR. Also, my first TBR ever. I haven't been on YouTube long enough to actually make a TBR list, but what better time to do it here? The first month of 2022. I'm so excited for this new year of reading potentials. As per my reading goals, I want to read more fantasy romance and just read newer books that have been released lately. So that's going to be featured on this TBR list. And just to let you guys know how I do my TBRs, I am a mood reader, but I also want to read certain things for like shows that are coming out, if my friends are reading and they're really loving it, and just to be part of like what's the latest conversation happening in the book world as like a good book to read, because I love being able to read and then talk to a bunch of people about it at the same time. Because when you read older books, you don't really have the same potential of talking to someone about it like in the real time right now. It usually takes them a while, and a lot of people have already forgotten that book, unfortunately. So that's my goal for this year. If you want to know more about my reading goals, hit up this video right here. Anyway, let us begin. These are in no particular order, but to begin my January TBR, we are going to start off with, actually, the book I'm currently reading, book 2 of Stalking Jack the Ripper. This is Hunting Prince Dracula, and I read Stalking Jack the Ripper in December. It was the last book I read in December, and now I'm on book 2. I actually like this one way more than I like book 1. I have so many favorites tabs and favorite quotes already in, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I'll do a whole book talk about it, but I might probably do an actual book talk on the whole Stalking Jack the Ripper series or each book individually, because so far I have so much sauce on it. I really need to expel those somehow. So the next one, Awakens, the series by Elise, Kova. This is going to actually become a bookish box release for December 31st. It already released because I'm filming this January 4th. But I want to read this book, so in case I want to get the exclusive bookish box edition, I will only read the first book of each of these series, just so I know if do I want the exclusive editions, because I don't buy books unless I really want them, unless they're worthy of my shelves. I tried to practice Marie Kondo with all my items, and if I don't love it, it doesn't spark joy in me, it's not making it to my shelves. It has to have purpose on my shelves. The next one is Legend by Mary Lou. This one's going to be a Fairy Lou exclusive, and I really want to read this one because I wanted to read this one way back when, in like 2013, I want to say, or 2016, something like that. I really wanted to read this book back then, and I never got around to reading it. It was actually one of the last books I remember looking in the bookstore and being like, oh, I really want to read that, until I went on that 9-year-long reading slump, and I never got around to reading it. I got it on my Kindle. I'm like 34 pages in. So far, it's okay. I hope it picks up soon, but that is on my TBR. The next one, The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutkoski. I'm so sorry for butchering people's names. I'm so sorry. Same deal. Eliminate's coming out with an exclusive edition. I want to know, do I want this exclusive edition? Because you guys know I am a sucker for a nice, sparkly, gold-foiled hardback. So I'm going to read the first book of that series as well to see if I need it. And the next one I'm pretty sure all you guys are very familiar with is Caravel by Stephenie, Garber, and Once Upon a Broken Heart. 1, everyone's talking about it right now, and I want to be part of the conversation because I love talking about books in real time. 2, the covers look very exquisite and like enticing to me, so I already know I kind of really want to read them. 3, I've been told it's a fantasy romance, so I need fantasy romance in my life. Please, now, add it to my world. Thank you. The next one, Shatter Me. So I used to see this one everywhere back in the day. This was also the same thing like Legend. One of those books I was supposed to read before I went on my 9-year-long reading slump. So I always wanted to read this book. I did not like the cover. I really thought it was going to be bad. I kept trying to pick it up and like read it, but I couldn't get into it, and yeah, I'm doing it this time because I want to know, do I want this Fairy Lou edition? Do I not? Because special editions are usually within the $100 range. So I really wanted to make sure I love this book before I drop $100 on one singular book, or like, it's not usually one singular, it's usually like 3 books, but you know what, $100 can go really far. in the bookstore. It can at least go farther than 3 books. So yeah, I am going to read that one. And then The Woven Kingdom, also by the same author. I think this is going to be a new release, and my hope is to get into some new authors. I haven't read anything by this author before, so hopefully I get into it more. And it also has an exclusive book coming out soon. And these are books that I feel like I need to add because since I'm such a mood reader, I might not feel like reading the other books and I can just fall back onto these. But it would be like book 3 of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, or Daughter of the Pirate King, because it's definitely fantasy romance and a lot of people put it as one of their favorite books of 2021 in the fantasy romance genre. So I really might read that this month. And then We Hunt the Flames. I really want to read this book as well. I saw a lot of hype for it on fantasy romance TikTok and Bookstagram, so I really want to read it. I do think the covers are very enticing. I haven't seen the cover to the first book, so hopefully the cover to the first book is just enticing as the cover to the second book, because I saw the cover to the second book and I was like, ooh, this looks like an adventure. And I like a good adventure. And that is my TBR list for January. I'm excited for this. I pretty much go into my books pretty blind, except for like, was it a good book? Is it fantasy romance? What's the genre? I'm trying to wiggle my way out of that for the future months of 2022 so I can actually give you guys synopsis. Most of these books I'm pretty sure you guys already know about, honestly. I just don't like to be spoiled for books. I like to go in pretty blind, so we're gonna do it that way for at least the first month. And probably the first 3 actually. Let me know, what are you guys reading January 2022? Your first books of the new year. Are you seasonal reading? Are you still doing winter reads? I kind of want to do winter reads, but I'm just like, for me, winter reads are just whatever I feel like reading in winter. And pretty much winter is my favorite time to read. Or maybe it's fall too. Fall and winter, favorite times to read. Maybe I'll get more into seasonal reading this year. But anyway, let me know what's on your TBR for January, because if I breeze through all these books, I might just pick up some more. For February, hope you guys have a good day. Be sure to subscribe. Remember, I am here every Friday at 1 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST. See you guys on Friday.